Alright, I have no idea where I left off at. It's been weeks at least since I've worked on this thing. But it is ready for paint now. And for paint, I'm going to do kind of... oh, shit. I'm going to do kind of like that. Like a light blue and white paint scheme. It'll be weathered though. I initially wanted to do it pretty nice, and but like I'm gonna have to hand paint all this trim, I think, anyways, and like the lights and stuff. So I think that'll be a little easier if I give it a weathered look, because anytime or any place you mess up on a paint job, you could just put some rust there and make it look weathered. That's a little painter's trick. Yeah, bumpers are done, everything else is done, all the drivetrain is done. I do need some new wheels and some foams for these. Maybe some shocks, I don't know yet. Or not shocks, but springs. Maybe put some Defender springs on there. Not too bad. Yeah, alright, I'm gonna get to painting. This will be white, this will be blue, and then this will be a white stripe. Alright, so there's the roof all salted up. Then I'll just spray white. Now all this stuff will be silver. I'll have to hand paint all that stuff. Just a little bit of the taping, what goes into it as far as taping. Like that yellow delicate painter's tape is way better. That's what I'm using, but the 3M stuff and the Scotch stuff works just as good. The blue's a little bit too adhesive. I say that, it's peeling up. It's the salt. The top is already done. Now I'm going to do the white trim. A white stripe. Forgive me if I forget where I left off last time, but here we are. Right here, that's the base paint job right there, and I just did that with putting the salt down. I think I covered that in the last clip. Put the salt down, paint it, and then brush it off. And really, it don't brush off that easy if you put a lot of paint on. I had to wet sand a little bit with 600 grit right there. Wet sand it a little, not much. Most of it brushed off, but some of it just would not come off at all. And then we'll start weathering it up some. I got to do the silver, or the chrome trim, which is a pain in the butt. On this side, I got it all taped off for it, and I hope it turns out okay. It looks straight, but it's very tedious. I'm just gonna brush on silver everywhere, like, you know, this will all be chrome. The tape, I don't know if I'll tape it. I might just freehand everything else. Like this will all be silver. This will be silver. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. And if it don't work out, I'll just paint it back white. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Like, that's why I like it on the van, where this would be separate. I like the bumper. Was the bumper separate? I don't remember. The door handles were separate. The hinges were separate. That's nice. The mirrors are separate. All that stuff, that makes paint and body work a lot easier to do. Like, all this is one piece. Like, these are one piece. All the trim work is done. That was all painted by hand, so some of it's kind of shaky. Tail lights, reverse lights. That is not very great. That's the problem with some of these STL files. Like the files you print. Like this trim, that kind of a pain because it's all part of the body, so you have to hand paint it. I guess you could have. I guess I could have taped it off better and sprayed it, but that was pretty tedious. But still, that would have relied on a good tape job. Headlights turned out okay. Again, I wish that was like clear PETG. Everything not blue or white. It was done by hand. So overall pretty good. I'm gonna spray some clear over it just to seal everything in, and then we'll start doing the weathering. I got this new stuff I haven't tried yet before. Dirty Down Rust. I always use this. I got some AK streaking rust somewhere. We'll do everything. A Tamiya weathering pattern kit, whatever it's called. Well, this one's gonna be pretty worn out, just because of, so I can hide all this shaky trim work. Alright, let's get on with it. Alright, so now I'm going to take some of this streaking grime and just start putting it everywhere. Especially down in the recesses. This stuff is pretty nasty too, so try not to spill it or get it on anything you don't want it to stay on forever. Alright, now we'll do our best to wipe it up best we can. Oh, maybe I did when I shut the door. This is definitely one of those times where you just have to trust the process. It'll work out, trust me. Or it won't, and you have to sand it all down and repaint it. Don't take my advice. I'm just a weird dude on YouTube playing with toy trucks. But this is how I do it. Alright, that's it for streaking grime. And like I said, it's pretty messy. It's all over my hands, my workbench everywhere. It doesn't necessarily have to be messy, but I made it messy, I guess. I don't know. I'm gonna let that dry and spray some clear over it. Kind of got my blinker right there. I'll have to fix that. And you see how I kind of, see if I can focus. Get into those recesses. All that streaking grime got cleared, or sprayed cleared over it. Now I'm going to do some light weathering with this weathering kit. Maybe this one. It's got some different colors in it. These are like $5 from Hobby Lobby. Same as the Tamiya weathering kit. It's really just makeup. To steal your wife's makeup. No, don't do that. That's a fight you don't want. I'm just taking that and just kind of dabbing on like where the primer spots are, where I put the salt. this all get kind of blended in a little bit better. See, it's already starting to show a little contrast between the blue and the brown. And just go back and blend it in a little bit. Get all the seams all up underneath every trim piece. If you have an airbrush, this is way easier with airbrush, which I do, but I don't know. I haven't totally got used to it, comfortable with it. All right, that's the gist of it. All right, that stuff is done. I don't know how well the lighting is in here. It's not great. I just got like this desk lamp and that thing. I think it'll turn out all right. It looks really good in person. My what's it called, that thing broke, so I just took this sponge that came in one of my battery boxes, like when you order a new battery, tore it up and just started streaking down with it. Like anywhere there's brown, I put some around it and then started working it down. And if it's too much, I just kind of take a damp washcloth or this paper towel, but whatever, start streaking down with it. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and spray some clear over this. This is the clear I'm using, which isn't great. It's not very flat. It's still kind of satiny, but it's not too big of a deal. This right here is the best spray clear, flat clear, that I've found, but I've only been able to find that at Lowe's, and I'm never there. Home Depot's right by the house, but they don't sell this, I guess. I probably could order it, but I don't know. I got a little bit left, and that'll probably go on last. This stuff's alright, gets the job done. So that's after the clear. So far, I've done AK Interactive Streak and Grime and this weathering kit with the powder makeup stuff. Now moving on to Rust Streaks. This is also from AK Interactive. And this you just kind of, hold on. This I just do it right out of the bottle. And I go through and I do all the rust spots. This is hard to do on camera. Just lots of layers is what you're looking for. Don't worry, it looks ridiculous now, but we're gonna thin it out. You just thin it out with some mineral spirits. Alright, you get the gist. Let me show you what it is. So now I just got some mineral spirits in here, or white spirits if you live somewhere else. Like so. And AK Interactive sells this stuff for a lot more than you can get that big can there. And you just start like diluting where it was, and it kind of does the streaks for you. Kind of thin it out a little bit. This is dried now. Or if you went too heavy to begin with, you can always thin it out. And this is like why I always spray clear after every step, so that it stays on there and I don't accidentally erase something. It looks kind of yellow on my GoPro screen. I'll have to get it out in the sunlight. Trust me, it's working and looking good. Yeah, this stuff's really easy to use. Alright, this last stuff is that dirty down rust I talked about. This stuff is I don't know. I'm unsure about this one. This one's untested. Pretty toxic stuff though. So you gotta shake it, and shake it, and shake it, and shake it, shake it. And the bottle's gotta be kind of warmed up. Look at it, like already done to my brush just from dipping it in there. And it's kind of pricey too. This is like 30 bucks. The jury's out on this one. There's lots of different layers, different shades of brown, I guess. Actually, I have some of that steel wool and vinegar, and that worked pretty good on the Bronco. I might even add some of that to this. All this stuff I want to be getting at the bottom. I don't even know if y'all can hear me over my fans. It's getting too hot to have them off. I'm in my garage. It's already mid-80s. Alright, we'll see how it looks. About a half hour has gone by, and I'm just not sure about that dirty down rust. I mean, it looks alright, and in some places it looks great, in other places, okay. I don't know. Very kind of inconsistent. I mean, I guess that's kind of good since you don't want it all looking the same. My light sucks in here, sorry. This side I've got a little bit more than the other side. This thing is looking crusty. I don't like it. Alright, I think that's it for now. I do, just in case that stuff doesn't work very good, have this stuff here, which is just steel wool and vinegar, like distilled white vinegar. And it did pretty good. My Bronco. We'll see. I don't know if I can even clear over this stuff. So, I don't know where I left off in this video. I do know I'm working on the interior now, and it has been the biggest pain in the backside of this whole project. I bought a Wagoneer interior STL file off of Cults 3D, said it fit the same body that I bought, or made, printed, whatever, however you want to say it. And I don't know how he got his to fit, but it don't fit. Maybe I got a different body than he got or something. I don't know. But it didn't work. I tried and printed it and printed a few different sizes. Just did not work together at all. And then even if you do manage to figure out how it fits together, like it does not fit together. I don't know what this guy, like that doesn't fit. Like, I don't know. Didn't fit together at all in any which way. Then after I did manage to glue it together, I had to figure out how it fit on the body, because I modified my body a little bit. Like, these wouldn't have fit even if I didn't modify my body. And then it wouldn't fit the TRX4 chassis. I had the bigger inner fenders, like the inner fenders on the TRX4 that are part of the chassis. They're big, and I had to trim all this stuff around it. So I said, forget that. Let me try one of these cheap Amazon interiors, which I have in my Bronco. It works fine. And then I couldn't figure out how to get that to fit, because the dash sits up higher than the body line, right? So went back to Tinkercad, put everything in place, and made one whole interior. And then I kind of hacked this one up, trying to figure out how to get it to fit all together. And I come up with this. I was low on black, so this is purple is what I had the most of at the moment. But got everything in there. I don't know how well that's going to show up on camera. It's got gauges and stuff in there. Some buttons. The seats I had to. This is where I had to cut out for the inner fenders. And then this is where I had to cut out for the body post. This could be a little bit smaller, but I'm over this part of the project, so this is how it's going to be for now. Yeah, I'm going to sand this, prime it, and then I'll all right, here's the interior all done minus the driver. And weathered. Weathered it using the same things that I did for the body. Well, mostly just streak and grime. That stuff. Do the best paint job you can, and then cover it with this stuff and wipe it off, or pat it off. And if you got too much on, you could use white spirits or mineral spirits. Works like a champ. You got the steering wheel. I don't know how good this is gonna look. It's not really blue. I looked at mostly the blue 78 Wagoneers also had blue interior, but I thought it might be a little too much. So we're just doing this cream. Also, I already had that color. I think I'm going to use Dusty Roads, American Dream here. This is old Dusty Roads. This is probably mid-2000s when Randy Orton was on his Legends killer kick. He's got a rope, this cowbell and stuff. I got these other figures too. This guy, I have no idea who that is. I've never really watched AEW or nothing. But he's dressed like a regular person and not a wrestler. And he's got a mullet and a bunch of beer cans and stuff. Pretty good driver. I don't know what I'm going to use him on yet. I just picked him up off of eBay. Let me see, try to get out of the glare. Adam Page. That's a good driver. I also got Lita, who I want to use as a driver on something, but the way she's shaped, I don't think it would be a very good sitting position. Cool figure though. And eventually I'm going to paint up, I got this Harley Quinn figure. I'm going to paint her up so she doesn't look like Harley Quinn, just like a regular Hoochie Mama. Good figure though. Alright. I will probably just cut most of his waist starting about right there. Right at crotch level. And go from there. I don't want to cut them too short. I got a few videos on how to do a driver in an interior, so check those out. I'm probably just gonna skip ahead. I gotta paint that armband right there. This comes off. I want them to not look like wrestlers. Preferably, I wish he had a short sleeve shirt on or long sleeve shirt on. And he might actually get. Nah, I was gonna think about painting his arms, but I don't think that'll look right. Let's see, in a regular shirt, this will fold up, right? So when he's sitting in the seat, that'll kind of cover up his stumpy legs or stumpy crotch or whatever. Anyhow, I got lots of videos on that, a few at least. Go check those out. I'm gonna skip ahead. All right, there you go. There's Dusty Rhodes, my driver. Interior is fully finished. I got some Miller Lights in there. Don't drink and drive, boys and girls. Yeah, turned out pretty good. Then you can see right down there, just kind of cut his legs off at the hip or at the waist, and then split them in half, cut to length, and that'll pass for a driver. I don't know why it's looking so yellow on my dang GoPro. It's really not. I'll put links to my other videos where I do the driver and everything down in the description. I'm gonna do window dusting for like you can tell where the wipers are and stuff. So I'm just gonna set these wipers on here. Those are 3D printed. Those are actually the ones that came with the van, and I just traced out the arc right there, the wiper path. Now I'll cut it out. There you go, like that. Now I'll just spray clear over it, and then everything exposed to the clear will be dusty looking. And I'll probably do all the windows, just because something this rusty and crappy looking probably would not have the cleanest windows. And since this is Lexan, you got to use Lexan paint or polycarbonate right there. Tamiya flat clear. I might be out. Might have to run to the hobby store. All right. I don't know where I left off. I think I was doing the interior or just finished it up, but this sucker is all done. Interior is done. I put the windows in, wipers, dusted the windows. Actually, I went back and I did not cut enough out of the interior to fit over the wheel well, so I had to go back, cut a bunch more of that, which, because I dusted the windows, it's kind of hard to see. But I found that out after I glued it all into place. So, yeah, that kind of sucked. That is all in there nice and good now. Put some bumper stickers on there. Like that one, because Dusty Rhodes is a legend and he's got some badass kids. Bumpers are done. Which, this one I'm not crazy about. I wish I went back and filled that in a little bit better. But it is what it is. This one's kind of dainty, but it already hangs over so much I didn't want to make it too much further out. Front one, good to go. Allergies are killing me right now. I even rusted up the links, which if anybody ever buys this secondhand from me, they're gonna be like, oh my god, this has been mistreated. And really, I just put rust stuff on there. This stuff works pretty good. like if you can slather it everywhere. I don't like how it is just like for pinpoint application, but if you can put it everywhere and then go back and clean it up with some water. Like I didn't put any water on that at all. I just put the stuff on there and let it sit for a couple seconds and it turned to that. The wheels, I got some just white wagon wheels and I weathered them up same way I did everything else. Yeah. And these have the Injora 4.19 inserts in them, which are pretty good. Like that feels really good. These are the blue ones. This is a pretty hefty boy. I think it's 10.6 pounds, like 45 weight bias. So there's room for improvement, but it's pretty good. And like I printed a couple of inserts trying to, that's not a very good print, but I was just kind of speeding through it to figure out what size fit. These are a weird size. These are 4.3 Swampers from Proline. It's like the 419s don't fit good, and they're kind of a narrow tire too. So the Enduro ones fit really good, and they feel pretty good. Yeah, all done, man. Did a couple beers. I don't know how well you can see in there, but like I probably could have gone a little less on the seat side of cutting things, so I had to go back through and cut the back of the seat up pretty good just to clear the fenders. I don't know. I was thinking maybe I could put the magnets on the bottom of the interior, but that's not enough room either. Oh well, it's like that. Dusted windows, you can't really see it too much. Probably out in the daylight it might be totally different. Alright, man, that's it for this one. My steering is kind of wonky. I'm not real happy about it. I hate 3-link suspension. If I could, I mean, obviously you can, but I'd rather have the 4-link and servo and axle. And I know this is a Wagoneer and it should be on leaf springs. Well, mine ain't. Let's just imagine he found this body and chassis and whatever, and it didn't have no suspension on it, so he sunk all the money into putting 4-link on it. Coilovers. Anyhow, all right, I'll include some running video here, just a couple minutes worth. Stay tuned for that. And thanks for watching, everybody. Appreciate everybody watching. That kind of stuff gives me make my channel monetize, and everybody watching allows me to build more stuff. I'm certainly not getting rich. I can promise you that. Every couple months I'll have enough money for a servo or something. Alright, thanks everybody for watching. Let me know what you think, and stay tuned for the running video.